We bought a racetrack. This place was built on a dream, but where one journey ends, a new one begins. Follow along as we try to turn this property back into something special. All right, guys, we're at the new property. It's 35 acres. I'm going to give you kind of a tour. And just like every other property, there's some downsides, and then there's some really good sides. Downside of where we currently live is there's a decent amount of traffic because of a really big seed company, and the roads are gravel, so we get lots of dust. The downside here is we have a state 2-lane highway. There's not crazy amount of traffic, but it is traffic. So we're used to traffic. I guess the difference is there's no dust.
Sure. It's a lot less private out here too.
Yeah.
Because everybody can see
I
it.
like to live where nobody can see the house, and she likes to live in a place where everybody can see it.
I like to see houses. I think it's always fun
Yeah.
when somebody, like when you can see their house from the road, because it's cool.
So anybody that lives around here is going to know exactly what this property is. So the property we bought had a state motocross track on it, which is back there. It is all overgrown, hasn't ran in about a year, but prior to that, it was a national qualifying track. And so I am pumped up about that part. That is a bonus. I don't believe the county is going to let it operate as a functional motocross track anymore.
It's probably the only reason why we even had an opportunity at this.
Sure. But what you don't know about me is 25 years ago, my dream was to be an ATV pro motocross racer. And I raced the national series. I was good enough. The problem was 25 years ago, I ran out of money to get there. Now, I'm probably not good enough, but I have enough money to buy myself a motocross track and the right kind of
Right. Yeah. So
quads.
don't give up on your dreams, kids.
Yeah, so don't give up on your dreams. So we'll give you a tour of that. There are some buildings. There's a building way over there. There is a double wide up here, an old concession stand. And this, okay, there's a river that runs all along the side here. So everything over here is in the 100-year floodplain. So that's no bueno for building. But behind us, behind these big trees, there's 10 acres of open that is outside. Part of it is outside. I think, what, 6-7 acres?
Yeah.
Is outside of the floodplain. County says it is a buildable lot. Doesn't require flood insurance, anything like that. My plan, and we're not 100% sure whether that's going to happen or not, is to build a pond and then bring some of this that is in the 100-year floodplain out, so we have more out of it. I can see some of this track probably getting it, but we had 14 inches of rain in the last 2 weeks, and the water didn't crest the banks. Well, let's go check some of these buildings out.
All right, let's do it.
Right here, looks like they had some old camper hookups. Then we have this old concession stand. I don't think this is really salvageable. There's electric ran all over this place, but God knows what that's actually like. But it does have a double wide with good bones. It needs to be redone. So maybe we'll redo that and sell it. I've never remodeled a double wide before.
Maybe we'll live in it.
Maybe we'll live in it, I don't know. Go back here. This place is an overgrown mess. Like overgrown mess. So I got a lot of work to do. You know, it's missing pieces of siding, awesome stuff like that. But it's kind of an open slate on the inside. Employees only. I'm sure there's some special creatures in here. So this was where they had registration. It's honestly kind of sad that this isn't up and running anymore, because I loved motocross. I can only imagine. Got a bunch of rolls of tickets. Maybe we could use those to do our giveaways. But our thoughts with this is kind of like, let's gut it and then see what we have. Got some old computers in here. Definitely been some miceies in there. Got some koozies. Maybe we give some koozies away.
Maybe it's not in as bad of shape as.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say without taking.
Sure. I guess just first glance, it could be worse.
It could be. I mean, I could live in this if we fixed it up.
Yeah.
It's got a couple. I mean, they must have got this from somewhere. These are bathroom. There's a bathroom here and a bathroom here, but they're not operational. And this looks like this was kind of used as a bedroom. Bunch of old trophies that never got one, I guess. There you go. Winterset, Iowa.
You can be a winner. Special.
This is super special. So this is going to be something I'm going to have to deal with eventually. And if you can look behind me, there's no insulation or anything in the wall, so you can kind of see it's just a 2x4 construction. I did look underneath it, and it's got a nice solid frame. It's nice. It's actually nice and level. So I think the bones of this are in pretty good shape. If we had more time, I might try to make this livable, and we would live out here, but I just don't think I can do that in the time frame that we have. But anyway, this is building number 1. That concrete is super unlevel. But kind of out there is where the house would go. So it's nice scenery anyway. That door does not open.
There's some gopher killer in there.
Gopher killer?
Yeah. Have you opened the freezer in there?
Yeah, there's nothing in it. Guess if somebody needs a wash sink or small water heater, AC unit, freezer. I bet that freezer still works. Better put the closed sign up. And then we got that building way over there, which I'm not sure if that's salvageable or not. You want to walk over there, Em?
Sure.
So over there is the track, basically. It's a mile-long track, which is pretty cool. Giant trees back in there. We have a little bit of timber back there, and then the river runs all along down here. And Emily's pretty excited about all these roads that are in here because we walk every morning. So I guess we got a lot longer walking paths.
Yeah, what do you guess? Do you think
I don't know. I don't think it's
not quite a mile?
probably not quite a mile.
But we definitely have more than however many feet our driveway is now that we walk.
Our driveway now is 500 feet, and we walk that for an hour every morning. But there's, I mean, come in off the road, driveway goes way out and around, comes back, and then it goes down around over here.
I've never thought of myself as somebody who was like a risk taker. And then now I like look back at everything that we've done and I'm like, we're absolutely like high risk people.
You married a risk taker.
Yeah. But like even before
You're
like,
gonna
think about some of the stuff I did before we met and I'm like, I actually am willing to do a lot. And
you're gonna see a 46-year-old take risks here pretty soon out there. You only live once, people. I'm totally getting some air. Some big air.
Mama's my goal is to just try the track.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be trying any of the jumps.
This is pretty cool right in front of us though. I'm gonna switch you around. This goes up and through here and there's a big grove of trees up there that's really pretty. And like I said, the river's all down along here. And I have seen quite a few deer along here. But this building, I don't know, the structure might be okay. Definitely needs to be fixed up. Probably stripped down to the bones maybe if it's salvageable. The floor though looks pretty rough in here and it's full of junk. Definitely going to need gutting. It's got a wood floor in it, so that's never a good sign.
I mean, the bright side is that there's not much to gut.
No, there isn't. Just a bunch of garbage in here. Lots of rat poison, so that means there's a lot of critters in here. Looks like there's some fire extinguishers. Oh, there's a hydraulic ram. That can be used on like a disc or something.
Cool.
Oh, look at this. Pop-up tent for when I'm working out here. Bunch of batteries. Have to take those to the recycle place. Bunch of oil to recycle. Bunch of grease guns. Probably for all their heavy equipment that they had out here. They had a bulldozer, water truck, some skid steers, speaker. Definitely had some leaking in the roof. And then it looks like there's all kinds of goodies up there, which I kind of want to see what that is. That looks like a weed whacker handle. I wonder if there's a weed whacker up there. That looks like a weed whacker handle. What if it's like a nice steel weed whacker? Oh yeah, it's dirty. Oh God, what's gonna jump down on me? Oh man. All kinds of goodies up here. Couple steel weed whackers.
Nice.
No idea if they work. They look like they're old, but a bunch of roofing paper. Bunch of like signs. I mean, the trusses and everything look pretty good. Wonder if we could take this floor out and pour a slab in here. There's all kinds of good stuff up there, people. Well, potentially good stuff. Some big anchors. I use those for deer hunting blinds. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So boom, 4 deer blind anchors right there. This is probably the weed whacker that's up there. Looks like they're older ones, but maybe they work. Shoddy electrical box there. Definitely has some roof issues there. But I feel like this is food plot central down here along the river. Some north wind and south wind trees. Can access across the track. It's a poplar tree, but look at the size of that thing. Big ones there too. Down. Got a tunnel underneath this this jump. Kids will love that. Deer. I don't think we can get close enough to the river to see it. I think it's too overgrown down here. You can see right down there is the river. Actually, can't believe there's like no signs of flooding down here at all. We literally got upriver. They got 5 inches of rain in just a couple hours. And the river was high, and I actually came down here, and it was probably about 8-10 feet from cresting the bank. But this is a lot lower than up where the house would be. I think they got pretty good drainage out here on this track.
It was back a lot further than I thought.
A little wet right here. A little double, and triple action right here. The river's all along right there. Feels like you're kind of in another world out here.
There's some more tracks.
Yeah. So this weed right here is called mare's tail. It kind of looks like a horse tail, I guess. I don't know. Roundup doesn't kill it. You have to use something like Liberty. I'm just going to mow it all off. Most of it will go away. And then our property goes back here into these just a small section of trees back here. And then there's big timber over that way. And then if you go across the road over here, there's a bunch of big timber. Plenty of deer tracks. Kind of deer tracks everywhere. Starting gate used to be over there. Guys getting after it. It's kind of funny, even a thistle can be beautiful. What do you think of your first walk on the track?
It's pretty amazing. I love it. I'm so excited.
My legs itch a lot more. You can see I got the proper attire on.
Yeah, you have off-brand Crocs.
Yep. It's just how I roll, people. I had one guy not too long ago say I can never trust building advice from a guy that wears Crocs. So keep that in mind if you're going to follow us. I'm going to wear Crocs a lot. And then right over here, I ordered up some Conex boxes. I'm doing 20 footers this time. I've got a 40 footer down in Missouri, but I'm going to do 20 footers because then if I ever want to sell them or move them, I can put them on my gooseneck. I can't do that with a 40 footer, but there's also a really nice pad here. It's got a lot of dirt on it, but it's in really good shape. And it's 16 feet deep, 24 feet wide. And so I'm going to see if the county will let me put a small shed there, because that would allow me to get my skid steer inside, which would be a pretty big deal. On the other side of these trees, that's the part that is all outside of the 100-year floodplain, and that's where the house is going to go. So I'm in the works of getting somebody out here to do soil samples for me, because if I can, I want to build a pond out here. One, I'd like to have a pond, and there's a lot of drainage that comes from up north that comes down. There's a big, huge concrete culvert that comes through here. And I could probably drain that right in there, but also it'll give me a lot of dirt to kind of level this off, because I want a huge building. Probably, I think the building somewhere right here, and then the house somewhere over here. We'll have to, once we know kind of whether the pond is going to happen or not, either way, we have a path forward. The pond's not a deal breaker by any means. But once we get the ground graded, hopefully this fall, we can get that done. Then we can start the great debate on whether it's going to be a 2-story, 1-story, story and a half.
Yeah.
Just don't know.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff that we have to get done before that.
Yeah. A lot of stuff. Bought a house in town, so we got to remodel that.
We have to sell our current barndominium, so we have money to build the new house.
Yeah. But we do have an in-between spot. So I don't know, maybe probably won't have any time with the holidays, but maybe in like a week I can get out here and start at least cleaning the track up so the kids can start riding out there. And then hopefully in that meantime we can get these soil samples done. That'll do a couple things for us. One, we'll know whether it can be a good spot for a pond, but it'll also tell us like what kind of soil we have to work with as far as foundation and all that kind of stuff. Looks like we got a lot of super special stuff over along this fence line, so let's check that out. We got some barrels. There's a lot of them. Some old gas tank stands. Lots of barrels.
Water trough.
Little water trough right there. It's cracked. Bunch of cinder blocks. Oh, look at that. Looks like the fuel tanks are right up here. Wonder if they're any good. Neighbor's beans are looking killer. Bunch of lumber. So at least my lumber, when it comes over here, I'll have friends. Not sure what this is right here. It's like a metal. Oh, that's a ripper from a bulldozer. There's the fuel tanks. Wonder if these are any good. I will say this about this property: there's no poison ivy like ours we got now. Bunch more wood, some fencing, a bench. Look at this bench.
That's cool.
Looks pretty solid.
Yeah.
Big old tree. Folding table that caught on fire. Let's go out that way and around. Yeah, we're gonna need a dumpster. What's that? Looks like a bunch of garbage. Bunch of garbage right there. Set of bleachers. We're gonna have to rebuild those bleachers. Looks like a telephone pole. Doesn't look too bad up here. Then we got some trees down from the last storms. All right, I guess that was our first tour of the property. A lot of work out here. There's a lot of stuff sitting around, a lot of junk in the buildings. You know, it's typical of a deal. If you want a deal, it's not going to be walk-in ready, and that's just not our style. Probably not yours either. So we will keep you guys posted every step of the way on this. We probably won't be, outside of some initial cleanup, probably not going to be doing a ton here the next couple months because we have to remodel a house that we bought in town, and just like this, it needs a lot of work. We'll be getting after it, but we definitely appreciate you guys. If you have any comments or suggestions on this, let them rip. I'm sure.
You think we're nuts? We do too.
Yeah, I mean, if we got any MXers out there, I'm gonna be looking for some riding partners. And I'm sure I'll have a consent to ride for you guys that are in my patron group.
Yeah, DIY group.
We're
gonna get the best deals.
We'll do some riding. But anyway, we appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share with your friends, and don't stop dreaming.